everyone. This is Brianna Miko.
Hope all is well. I'm Ava Adams.
And I'm Tessa Stevens, and thanks for joining us.
We're here for connecting and supporting people,
sharing relatable moments,
always encouraging and always growing. We're
practically
social work. What's up, guys? I'm Tess. Today, we're talking about our podcast to introduce ourselves and how we got here. I'm sitting here with my co-hosts, Ava and Brianne.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. So we're all going to introduce ourselves, talk to you about how we got here, and go from there.
Sounds good, Tessa. Well, who are you, Tessa? Tell us who you are and why you're here.
So, I've been in the field for, about 10 years now. That actually sounds a little bit scary out loud. I am a student at SUNY Plattsburgh in social work, and I have a bachelor's in human development already. I will actually be taking a master's level social work course this upcoming spring. And I also have an associate's as a paralegal. I like to work primarily with children, but I'm also huge on women advocacy. That's a little bit about me in a nutshell.
Nice.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like you've got a lot of experience to share.
Been around a little bit, just a little.
And what makes you want to be here and do this podcast? What do you think that you have to show the world?
I honestly just like connecting with people. That was the big thing behind the podcast, is connecting with others and connecting with other students. As you guys know, that was a huge part of how we came together to do this, because we're all online students, and things just kind of progressed with school once we made connections. So the thought came out, like, why don't we connect with more people? And how do we do that? We can do that via social media, but a podcast is also a great option.
A great option indeed. So I'm Ava from Long Island, New York, and I already have an associate's degree in human services. And that was a fun journey, and I learned a lot, and I met a lot of people, and I developed a new passion for social justice. When I went to school originally for social work, I went because I wanted to do more for the people I worked with, who are the developmentally disabled population. But then I slowly realized, as I educated myself, that the most that I could do for them is really get into the macro field and change policies and get them more money. Like it's bad out there. So that's a little bit about me. I am also an artist, so I am hoping to incorporate my passion for art and my passion for social justice at some point in my life. That would be awesome.
If anybody can pull it off, it's you.
Yeah,
you got absolutely. A lot of creative talent behind you.
Thank you.
So I'm Brianne, and I am also a student at SUNY Plattsburgh. I also have my associate's degree in human services. I just finished up this summer. It took me a very long time to get it, but we got it. That's all that matters.
Nice.
I really got into social work and human services. I went through a divorce and I really wanted to help my daughter. So I started kind of just researching, how I could help her, how I could talk to her. And I didn't really know that, you could do therapy after you become, a licensed clinical social worker. So I was like, you know what, let me just try that. So that's how I got into it. And I had an internship during my associates working at the local domestic violence program. I started helping women and occasionally some men as well. And they had a position open for someone to run the safe house. And I started there in May. And that's what I've been doing ever since then. So I'm really excited. I kind of decided to do this podcast. I didn't link up with anybody until the end of this last semester. So I was kind of just on my own, which was okay. But having that group of people, that support system really made a difference. So I'm hoping we can be that for some fellow students.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people really struggle, especially once you're online, because you're kind of isolated in a way.
Yeah,
And it's like how you get out there and connect with your peers when, you know,
right,
there's no face to face. So,
right. And even just like the confusion of online, sometimes having several different professors, there's like not everything is super clear. And it was really nice having people that I could be like, hey, what does this mean? Hey, where are we supposed to turn that in? Hey, when is that due? Even just that simple little thing.
Absolutely. Our study group definitely saved my life this semester. Thanks to Ref, Thank you. And the support is unmatched. Like, there's absolutely no way that I'd be doing this well in school if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much. And like Tessa said, hopefully we can take that idea and kind of put it on a national map. We can be one big study group.
That would
Like,
be really
yeah,
awesome.
it
right,
would
let's
be.
go
It's like,
social work.
'cause we all have this like set of like ethics, but like, how do people interpret it from place to place? Because we have our professors, but like, how's it being taught in Texas? Like, well, I'm in New York, but like, there's so much differences in states. Like, is it really being presented the same way to us as it's being presented to somebody in a
Yeah,
red state? Like,
absolutely.
I'm curious.
That's a really good point. Social workers in Texas. I think I saw a TikTok recently about it. And shameless plug, please follow us if you are not on TikTok. We've got some really great funny videos. But yeah, the Texas social workers are definitely operating on a different system than us New York social workers are. I'd be definitely interested in that.
Yeah,
For
me
sure.
too.
I mean, if there's anybody out there that is listening, they are in Texas, whether they are licensed or still in school, we'd love to hear some input from you.
Absolutely. And no
Mhm.
judgment, we're all here together helping people, and our perspectives may be different, but we're at the end of the day, I think on the same team.
We all have the same goal, and that's helping others.
Yep.
All right. So this was the fall semester of 2022 that we just wrapped up. And holy whirlwind.
Hmm.
It was a lot. It had it had a lot of good, but it had its like, I need coffee and 10 hours of sleep moments.
It's probably just going to get harder from here.
Harder. I think so as well. Yeah.
And I don't know how much this means to anybody, but this is another SUNY school, and I already have one bachelor's from a SUNY college. And the structure of this is set up very similar to human development, and the classes are very similar. I got through that one, and at that point in time, well, I was not having a good time in life, to put it simple, pretty sick and everything, but I got through it. So I think with the support system that we've built and being open to talking with others, I think, although the content might get a little bit harder, I think we're going to grow with it.
And the fact that we're going to be talking about our lesson plans week, discussing them with one another, bouncing off our perspectives, it's only an opportunity to grow.
Yeah. And I really hope
Totally.
other people that are listening feel free to chime in and give us their perspectives as well. I'm super interested to hear what other people think. So
Yes, me too, because like the world of social work is just learning. It's just evolving and evolving and evolving. And I feel like, especially like for people like me that are in such a rural area, that window of learning is really small. And that's what excites me the most about opening this up to so many people.
and just hopefully some opportunities as well. Maybe
Mm.
we'll learn about I think the thing that I love the most about social work is I didn't realize how many jobs that you could get. It's almost endless. Where your kind of passion is, I feel like there's a job for that. So
Heck
hopefully this
yeah.
Yeah.
maybe ignites some other people's passion as well.
Especially if you're someone who like can't really sit still at a job for more than 3 years or something. It really, really gives you an opportunity to like branch out and learn different fields.
Yeah.
No, it's so true for me. And it's not that I disliked any of the jobs that I've had in the field. at all. It's just, it kept growing. And now that I've been involved for a long time, for me personally, I know at this point in time, I'm ready to like be at the therapeutic level, even though I know in like hindsight, I want to be at the macro level eventually, because I know there's people in these legislative positions that just should not be there. And there is like a little short story on the TikTok, guys, that kind of talks about me going into that at my local level. But even at the bigger scale, there should be social workers in these positions. Right?
Speaking of different experiences, hoping to get that in my internship when I solidify one, hoping that with my experience working with people with special needs, I feel if I branched out to working with children, that my skills will really be able to cross over. I think that my patience and my ability to deal with extreme behaviors and things like that, I think will really be effective.
I mean, no matter which group that you end up like picking as your group, your target group that you want to work with, there's always going to be crossover. You know, like if you're working with children, you're working with the parents. If you're working with somebody in substance abuse, you're working with the family. There's always going to be some sort of crossover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we all have a target group that we plan on working with?
So I don't know if I said what mine was or not, but I really want to work with children also. I feel like, or like maybe like more open, or they're still like little sponges, you know, absorbing everything. So
They're resilient as hell. That's what I
oh
love
yeah.
about them.
Yeah.
Like,
My
man,
internship is I'm doing an internship at a high school, but they're going to be sending me to the high school, the middle school, the elementary school. So I'll kind of get all the age groups, which I think is great.
Nice.
I'm really excited to hear about that.
The high schoolers are going to be the most difficult because like they test you. They already did like on my first day when I went and like shadowed, you know.
Oh,
They were already pushing boundaries and trying to sneak out and stuff, and I had to like get out my mom voice and be like, no, we're not going to do that.
Oh my goodness.
I was thinking about trying to see if I can get into a jail after we graduate.
Ooh,
Wow,
Yeah.
like
that's a
it
lot.
I think
is.
that it could be really interesting and cool
Yeah,
and impactful mostly, you know?
I can see you, you know, not putting up with any of their nonsense for sure.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like
But I also
that's
have a
such
soft spot, you know? So, yeah, I'll sneak you in a cheeseburger.
All right,
Right?
just don't tell anyone.
feel like a lot of people won't do social work in the jail setting, but I feel like also it's a really good place to like practice like checking your bias, because we all have
Absolutely.
them. We do. And that's like a really diverse setting where, and that's a big part of social work is setting yours aside.
The extent of my experience in testing my tolerance was that one assignment that we did, a movie assignment this last semester. Yes, I did mine on Precious, the movie. And my individual analysis was on the mother, Mary. And I got to, you know, really analyze, you know, why is this woman so abusive? You know, what happened to her? And something incredible happens when you change your frame of mind like that. And I don't know, I just think that it's important, and I'm so happy that it's part of our education in becoming social workers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. I agree.
I think it's really important to like look past face value with people and try to understand a little bit deeper, because that's a prime example. You know, she was really a horrible mother. And at the end, when she shared, you know, her experiences, you almost felt a little bit bad for her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, and those are definitely real things that come up. Working in the child protective services, I had a lot of cases where children were unfortunately sexually abused, and that's the last thing you ever want to see happen. But it's alarming how many of the abusers were victims themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's an excuse for their behavior to act that way, but like your brain is rewired
Mm-hmm.
when things happen like
It's
that. It's
trauma.
just
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
absolutely. So what else are we going to be talking about on our show, guys?
I mean, I think we all discussed we're going to be having guests. at some point, bring in some different people with different experiences and ideas. I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. I got to touch up on my interview skills.
Definitely be talking about school survival, hopefully getting input from other people about school survival. What were your stressors in school? How'd you get through it?
How'd you
Did
cope?
you have mental health issues yourself in school? What were the barriers and what did you use to get past it?
Yeah, absolutely. Tips and tricks to get through the social work program.
I hope we can also discuss maybe like different schools as well. I know some people might want information, or it could be helpful to discuss like master's programs, different ones. Like I know we've researched a little bit. I think that could help people, just giving them some insight and letting them know, what's going on at different schools. Hopefully they would find that helpful.
I also would like to be talking about some scholarships that I'm going to be applying for, and sharing the wealth. I'll definitely be posting some of those links in our social media pages, on our social media things. So keep a lookout for that.
Free money, absolutely.
Definitely. I'll definitely be talking about my need to receive all A's in my classes, my need to be the teacher's pet, and my need to be perfect. I'm working on it, okay?
I get it though. I get it. And like once you have that taste of like a 4.0, you're like,
exactly. You're like, it's nothing tastes as good.
Right. It's
like a high. It's like I gotta do it again.
Right. I have to maintain this. What?
I know, but I'm scared because I'm taking 5 classes next semester. So it's like, I try to talk myself and say like, if you get a B, it's okay.
Yeah. I think that's what might need to happen. I might have to do a lot of self-coaching because I'm taking 6, Brianne.
I know, you're crazy.
I'm taking 6 classes. I don't know what I was thinking, but you guys will help me through it.
We will. Yeah.
And all of you out there, to our audience.
Yes. You know what else I'm really curious about is like the structure of other programs. Like, does it actually mimic ours?
Right.
Like, what are the similarities? I'm very curious.
Right. I'm sure the curriculum is similar.
I'm sure there's some things that absolutely have to be in there if it's, going by CSCW, but
right, the competencies won't change.
No. And like what programs other schools use, because we're doing Moodle. It's changing.
Ugh.
I know.
Fucking Moodle.
Oh what are we getting, like
Brightspace, which I had at my old school, which is a little bit better. The thing I like about Brightspace versus Moodle right off the bat is my phone was like full of confirmation codes from logging into Moodle. Like that was so frustrating that every time you had to get a code to sign in, it's like, come on.
That's annoying. We used Blackboard at my old school.
Yeah. We used same. We did Blackboard and then they switched to Brightspace, which I liked Blackboard a lot.
So did I.
It's easy.
The best part was like for your assignments, when you went to go like look at them, whether they weren't graded or not, though, you could click on it to see if it was actually submitted. Moodle does not do that.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have to go back, go forward, go here, go there.
You have to look in 3 different places as well sometimes.
Well, I think that was I think that was the professors.
Professors.
Whoa.
Some of them were great.
I think that they were all kind of thrown off with Moodle, because if you remember, all of our professors were like, we don't know what to do with this thing.
I also remember all of them at some point talking about how they were supposed to have like 30 to 40 students and they had like 70. So I think that might have also, they were just trying to survive as well, I think.
Yeah. I mean, we probably should give them a break because we're the first online social work program. Like they've been doing social work for a long time. They had a great social work program, but they're like, let's expand this out.
Right.
And
no, I agree.
And thank God they did, honestly, because I wouldn't be here if they hadn't.
Me either.
We want to have met all you guys.
Like the only reason I came here was because it was fully online.
Yeah, that's very important.
It's
especially
for us. I was gonna say like geriatric students. I don't know why that came in my mind.
Non-traditional. I'm not geriatric.
Non-traditional.
Non-traditional.
I don't know why geriatric popped in my head, but yeah,
'Cause
non-traditional,
we
making life students.
I'm definitely a returning student as well. Yes. And yeah, I understand. I turned 36 a couple of days ago, so I do feel a bit geriatric.
I do as well. So I'm gonna be there soon.
You know where that geriatric thing came from? It's from all those damn OBGYNs
Yeah,
calling
my
it
sister's 35
geriatric.
and pregnant, and she's a geriatric pregnancy. And I'm like, girl, that is wild. That's wild.
Not okay.
That is
See,
not okay at all.
language like that needs to change.
Right?
But where did it come from, Tessa? The
Old
patriarchy.
ass studies. Yes. Yes. Old ass studies that old ass white men did, and I don't appreciate it.
Can we please do an episode on old ass white man?
I think we can. I think we can.
Did you guys make any New Year's resolutions?
Yes. So mine is to be more organized and also to finally get a divorce.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
yep, that's
When
mine.
that happens, I'm gonna get you a sash that says
I want
divorce.
to have a party. I want to burn my dress. I want to have a party. I already have a DJ ready to go. Like, I'm ready for this. So
They
I just
have
want to
like patterns. I used to work at a party store in my 20s once upon a time when I wasn't geriatric. And we used to have like patterns, like Dora the Explorer, cups, plates, whatever, balloons. But there's plenty of the patterns for divorce parties.
Yeah, girl, it's going down.
Love it. Love it.
You guys, I'll invite you. And if you can't come, we'll do it via Zoom and you can be there in spirit.
Just don't do in the winter.
I will
You
buy
guys just
a
had
plane
like
ticket for that.
No, I'm hoping that if I start now, it could be potentially be done by the summer, but
okay.
we'll see.
Yeah.
What are your guys'
For New Year's? I didn't really make any other than the typical stuff that I say I'm gonna do every year.
Maybe this year will be the year though, it could be.
Well, you know what? Actually, last year I said I was gonna go back to school, and here I am.
And you did.
Yay!
There you go.
So, I just gotta keep rolling with, don't lose my shit. I'm gonna go with that because I know that's gonna happen. Gotta work on don't lose my shit. I'm gonna make a resolution to see my therapist twice a month now.
Good for you. That's a good one.
I made a resolution to lose weight. Yes, it is cliche, but since my car accident, I have gained 40 pounds and it is starting to hurt. So ever since the first, we've been exercising, walking our dogs around the block.
There you go.
I'm limiting my food intake, counting calories, I would just like to really stick to it,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're feeling physically better, it makes your mental health even better too. So
Absolutely.
It's just like one of those things that go hand in hand. So even though it sounds like a cliche, it's so good for you overall.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of mental health, I also made a secret resolution.
Ooh.
Shh, don't tell my partner to get a therapist.
I think we all need a therapist.
We all need one. I just been putting it off, because I think I'm a bad bitch and I don't need
everyone needs it, especially if you're in social work. Like you just need that outlet.
Exactly.
Like, you guys want to hear a funny story? So way back when, in my young and teen years, about a bajillion years ago, I did not think therapy worked. Dun dun dun. Anyways, here I am, a million years later.
Isn't that funny though how that works?
Yeah, but I've had the same therapist since I was 16, so
Dang.
Obviously, I tried
that's crazy. I hop from therapist to therapist. It's a problem.
I had 2 others before her, and then I found her, and she's like this old little hippie lady. We clicked real well, and I've had her ever since. And she's probably coming up on 80 soon, so I'm getting a little scared.
Oh no, she's gonna retire.
Just ask her if you can go to her house when she retires and just chat with her. Bring her some coffee. You guys can just chat.
Learn how to bake. Bring some.
There you go.
This woman gave me her house number. She's like, if you ever need anything, just call me. I'm like, just give clients your house number.
Tess Googles
She's
it and
so
then shows
sweet.
up at her house.
I probably would. It's like I came with cookies. She's a soup snob like I am, so I think her and I could like, cook some good soups and
There you go.
It's great.
yeah.
Who has
So
anything
when she
against soup?
yeah, right. Soup buffet. That needs to be a thing. They need to like make it everywhere. Soup buffets, just soups.
What was that TikTok? It was like soup girls who love soup. Damn it. You don't know what I'm talking about, Brienne?
No,
No.
I don't. I'm really sorry. Typically
Damn.
no TikToks, but
Well, anyway, it was a cute TikTok. And I'm sure one of our listeners knows what I'm talking about.
oh, for
I'm
sure.
sure.
Someone who's not geriatric, probably.
Right.
What did I read recently that like was it something like 75% of TikTokers are under the age of 25? And I was like, am I not allowed on TikTok? Like, how does this work?
When I first downloaded it, most of the people following me were like 12 and under.
Just
Crazy.
started TikToks. And just so everybody knows, it is not my TikTok. I know I post a bunch, but that's because I'm learning and I'm having too much fun now.
Right? She's in too deep now.
I am. I'm hooked.
Can't
I'm
stop.
hooked.
And we don't care.
No,
Go ahead,
not at all.
post.
Like I turned our whole For You page, and this is my fault. This is definitely my fault. It's all ADHD, autistic, and mom talk now.
It's all good. We'll branch out.
Mhm. I'll start liking some off the wall stuff just to keep
I
you
do
guys
try to
on
like
your
other stuff. I do. And it's just like, obviously I'm just attracted.
I like any thirst
Human
trap I
nature.
see. That's like my toxic trait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thirst traps are so cringy to me.
Some
I'm
of them
like,
are,
I
but
get
some of them-
secondhand embarrassment from them.
do you?
Yes.
I've
And scroll
wanted-
immediately.
I almost posted them before, but then I haven't.
Oh,
It might
word?
not.
Did you have a boudoir shoot or something?
Oh, I did. Actually, I did post that one. I do have that one up.
Oh, there you go. All right, we're not talking about our
Yeah, back on
podcast
the
things
topic.
anymore.
Back on the topic at hand.
But just to relate it back to the topic, that's a self-care type thing. So
It is.
it fits. It fits.
It does. It's when you are feeling less confident in yourself, I highly recommend doing that so that you can feel like you got your groove back. Because let me tell you,
It's true.
when you see those pictures,
Yeah, it's confidence
Mhm.
building.
heck
Yeah.
yeah, and one
It
day
really
when you
is.
don't look like that anymore and you look at those pictures, you should have seen the men I pulled, kids. But
So that's all of the things that we're going to be talking about on our show.
Oh, not
think
all the
so.
things. There's gonna be so much more.
I think we'd be here for
So
hours
much.
if we
We
discussed
would.
it.
We would. But we got time. We got
Yeah.
time.
We're just going to be
We're gonna
talking
have
about
so many
all
episodes.
so many. We're just going to be talking about all things school, all things field, all things social work.
And any topics that you guys want to throw at us. Or if you just want to like hit us up, be like, hey, I got this thing I want to share. Share
Heck
it with
yeah.
us because we want to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about boudoir shoots, so
Yeah, whatever you want to send
Yeah.
us, it'll be confidential. Let us know. Absolutely.
Well, all right, guys. So I think we've pretty much kind of talked about what our podcast is going to be, what we hope everybody gets out of it, and we talked a little bit about ourselves, and of course, everybody will be learning a little bit about us, a little bit more. As time goes on, very excited to connect everybody.
So excited.
Me too. Before we depart for the day, we want to remind you that if you have topics you would like to hear about or just have general comments, feel free to reach out and submit those.
Or if you have a topic you want to discuss with us here, reach out. We're always welcoming of making new connections.
Our site is linked below, but please check out our TikTok, our Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Talk to you later, everyone, and thanks for listening.
And remember, take care of your future.
Take care of each other.
Take care of yourself.